It's like there's something. I don't mean this as a pejorative, but there's something so gay about all of this.
I mean it as a pejorative. Let it, and I'm on the record saying that.
You're here as the guy who talks about Gen Z politics, and for that reason, we got to talk about Gen Z politics.
Oh,
this
boy.
is something that I've seen that I find very alarming. Are you in tune with like the cookie verse
I'm sorry, no,
or
I'm not.
clavicular,
Is that a TikTok thing?
like BP edits?
BP is in borderline personality?
No, black
BP
pill.
oil?
No, black pill edits.
No, I'm not. I can't say I am.
Okay, well, what's going on with your generation, man? They're like fucking, they're diving headfirst in the
like,
Nazi
if you
shit.
really-
What's happening there? Have you seen this?
Yeah, I think that a lot of shit went crazy on us. I do think the biggest thing was COVID pushing everybody to consume a lot of content that the algorithms deliberately drove us to that was very, very bad. I think that the algorithm, wanted to train young men to watch things that would kind of capture our attention and everything. So, I always say, like, after the major movement of Me Too in 2016, people think it started in 2016, started in like 2007. It was just a black woman, so people didn't notice until it was white women doing it. But when Me Too happened and we were in high school and our understanding of gender relations was very forged by the idea that men need to be held accountable and that the way we approach women is something we need to be careful with and everything. I think that built a very large resentment towards women where we sort of said, okay, well, I've never raped anybody. So, if I need to hold myself accountable for the way men treat women, well, that. Like, anything that is done for women is done at my expense.
Yeah, racism against men.
Racism against men. And then like the same thing with race stuff, and this isn't just with white people, but it's certainly especially with white people, is like any movements forwards for certain types of marginalized groups, we've been effectively gaslit into thinking that those movements forwards for them are at our expense. So what's happened is that at a time when a lot of social progression had been relatively successful in at least penetrating the public conversation, a lot of us felt very screwed over and left behind. And we said, you know what? If the room isn't going to be making, if the world isn't going to be making room for us anymore, we need to claim it, take it back, and violently so. And that's a lot of what's going on right now.
Okay, on that note, we're gonna look at a BP edit. This is you asked for it, so.
You find Brian attractive?
Are you asking me? Hey, what's up? I'm Ross, yeah? Nice to meet you.
You've been privy to this? Have you never seen this before?
I've seen edits like that of you.
No, those are like those are fan edits. That's different. This
I know
is
it's not like Looksmaxxing, blackpill stuff,
yeah.
but like HasanAbi heads do make that shit of you.
I know, but that's different. This is like specifically, this one's called Brutal Pill. Why are you confident you'll find a girlfriend? Because I know that the one I will fall in love with the hardest is wishing upon the same shooting star. They're saying, see, this is one of the guys that they're also hailing as like a super hot guy or something, and I don't understand it. This one confuses me. So is there someone in the chat? Because I'm tapped in now. It's all eugenics. This is all eugenics. It's like genetic predeterminist, where that's Cookie, right? That's the guy that they call Cookie. There's a Cookie verse.
So Cookie is the center of this. Is he like sort of a new, like kind of like
he's one of the guys.
He looks like a Tumblr Andrew Tate. Does that make any sense?
I don't even know what his deal is. I don't get it. But it's like they really love this one model guy, this guy, who like looks like an alien, but they say like he's the max like genetic Jordan Barrett, where they say he's like the maximum like peak male hotness.
So are we not supposed to be getting big anymore?
No, I think like there's two different types of manosphere people, like the roid heads who want to look like you know, Bradley Martin or just like Chris Bumstead, who love bodybuilding. And then there's the other side, which is like, I want to break my jaw with a hammer so I can make it like, I can jaw max, like I can make my jaw more pronounced.
Yeah, no. So actually Looksmaxxing was the first, was something Tim and I talked about in the first episode of our show on the Bulwark. We were seeing that there was like gum people were chewing to improve their jawline.
Yeah.
And shit like that. And it was very confusing. Just because I don't want to oversimplify this, and I think there's a lot to say about the, you know, perception of male bodies and the way that we blah blah blah. But I do want to say, like, I think that women that I know who are really hot always go crazy for the most mid dudes. So Looksmaxxing, it's like, I feel like the way to pull.
Yeah, what you're doing is the blue pill.
What I'm doing is the blue pill?
Is copium. Like you're not rope maxing, or which is you're not taking the suey pill.
I think most of the women who have been into me, first of all, most of the women who have been into me while we've been together have mentioned that they think that you're so hot. And I'm like, okay, well, guess what?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
okay.
I've had like multiple girlfriends who have been like, Hasan is so hot. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what you want from me then, because I am not delivering the same product that this guy is. But a lot of the girls who have been into me because I'm not like hot enough to not be considered obtainable, right? I'm sort of still, you know, a boy next door type and everything. And I think if I started to look too Chad, my jarring personality would start to fuck me up a little bit. But the Looksmaxxing thing is really strange. And I think the way that it has sort of gotten conservative men excited just speaks to the fact that the isolationism that comes with being conservative actually makes you really self-conscious.
I agree. Like, this is beyond that though. This is beyond like regular male insecurity is one thing. And I feel like this goes beyond that because like there's an element of eugenics involved in it where they say like, no, you're done. Like you have a predetermined route in life. And it is directly associated with your genes and specifically like your skull shape and the way that your face looks. And you can't change it no matter how hard you try. So you must give up. That's what blackpilling is. Like blackpill is to, you know, to give up and be nihilistic and then maybe even commit suicide.
You lost the genetic lottery.
Yeah.
You are an inferior man. And the Chads who say that they're Chads but use AI to augment their profile pictures on Twitter and LinkedIn, they're going to get all of your women. And it's just so bullshit. I mean, I've seen you've done at least one Chad Vice stream, and you know, the message always kind of comes back to a lot of the incel type guys are like a couple very small personal care steps away from being mid enough to pull like crazy. Yeah. They're just victimizing themselves and acting like,
I say every guy's a 7. That's my term for it, where it's like every guy has the capacity to be a 7. You just haven't unlocked your potential.
Get a haircut, only do the facial hair thing if you know you can pull it off, and, you know, maybe focus on your hygiene. I know way too many guys who don't always wear deodorant, you know, will go to a date without throwing on some cologne and everything. But the black pill stuff, do you have any more videos like this? Because I'm very curious.
I have a lot. This is all off that same one.
This looks like fucking, do you know MagCon?
MagCon?
It was like Cameron Dallas and those.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just be nice
How every BP edit looks to me.
to each other? Can we stop creating, you know, insecurities that don't really need to be there?
I mean, that is what it is. Like, it's usually just like someone saying like, oh, these losers, like, stop making these BP edits. And then people just like going mugged and then like doing a compilation of guys that they find to be hot.
What's this one?
I don't know.
Jawline is better than having this type of jawline. Now, even though when I scanned my face with AI, it said how to improve my jawline ASAP, but a lot of people can agree that this is pretty normal. Now, there's a small minority of people who think this type of jawline is more attractive, But honestly, I think it comes down to jealousy. Now, if you want to know how to achieve this type of jawline, let me...
It's like there's something, I don't mean this as a pejorative, but there's something so gay about all of this.
I mean it as a pejorative. Let it, and I'm on the record saying that. I'm just like,
this is like because this is not this guy. I don't know who the this guy is, but someone else who's not this guy made this edit to be like, look at how hot this guy is, you fucking loser.
For me, it's like, I've spent so much time trying to get to the bottom of like what's going on with masculinity and everything like that and trying to figure it out. But I missed, and I know the looksmaxxing stuff and trying to look like the Chad meme of the guy who kind of looks like you, the black and white picture of the guy. But I missed the part where it horseshoed back to looking like Twilight fan art. What's
This
this?
is gayer than sucking dick. I mean, this is like objectively just like being in love with another man, which is the essence of homosexuality.
No, like
not?
when I was writing fucking gay fanfic on Wattpad in like 2013 about my favorite superheroes, this was the type of boy that I was thinking about. And if this is
this Superman? Like what? But twink? Is this a twink, right?
There are twink superheroes.
Yeah.
But listen, I don't get this shit on TikTok because I trained my TikTok algorithm to only show me hot women. So when I scroll on TikTok, I'm not getting fucking manosphere shit. I'm going, oh my God.
You're doing,
look at her.
You did what is it called? It's like hypnosis, sissy hypno. You did the reverse sissy hypno to show sexy women on your TikTok.
What's sissy
hypno is a type of porn that's supposed to make men gay by watching it.
Hey, I mean, I that was my experience with gay porn. So
yeah, I think the way that works is it's funny to me because like you don't turn gay, you are gay. You just are coping by watching that to be like, oh, this is like turned me gay, you know? Or no, he says it turns him into women, maybe. Or, yeah, it turns him trans.
Oh well, yeah, I can't say I've sissy hypnoed quite yet, but I don't know. I think TikTok's UI is pretty fucking ugly. It's just the algorithm definitely knows my type. But yeah, I guess like I said, we've horseshoed from Chad maxing to like what would you even call this type of guy? Because this isn't a Chad. This is
I don't know what this is, but they're saying it's a Chad. Oh, this is the other guy. They keep showing this guy.
That's just Destiny.
And I don't know. I don't know why they keep showing this guy in the compilations, because like, is he supposed to be like one of those guys? Like, this is the Cookie King, right? And I don't understand like what his role is in this universe, and nobody explains it to me. People in the chat that know the backstory here, someone needs to explain to me what his role is in this universe of like moggers. Oh, they're saying lol cow. Wait, is it like? Yeah, this is Jordan Barrett, who again looks like an alien. I don't understand.
You know, he looks like a really shitty AI was told to make another One Direction member.
Like he's attractive. He's an attractive man. Like I understand this, but like I don't know. Like I don't know. Is it too attractive? If that makes sense. Like it just looks weird. Like he looks kind of strange to me. But no disrespect. Like I'm sure he's a great guy. I don't think he knows all this stuff, or maybe he does. I don't know. Chat, does what's his name? Jordan Barrett. Does he know that there's a entire fucking segment of the internet that's like treating him like a god? What is this?
Better Call Saul. This song is extremely emotional.
I don't understand like why people are like, there's something so strange about this, because it's not just like talking about how hot like one guy is, but it's also basically putting down like other random guys and saying that like it's not just enough that you're hot, like that this person is hot, but they're like also way hotter than like a guy who's not hot, I guess. I don't understand it. It's weird, but I guess it's someone says like pro Anna Twitter, but for young boys. I guess
pro Anna Twitter,
like anorexia. Like this is like ED, eating disorder TikTok, but for men.
Not a bad looking guy.
No, he's British. That's why. This is probably so hot in Birmingham.
This is why I regularly say that almost all of the world's evil can be directly tied to Britain.
I mean, it's true, but they're doing it to themselves at this point. But like,
Isn't it?
half of these dudes are just like normal looking dudes, and then they're being compared to like dudes that are, I guess, like trying very hard to look hot.
Again, I don't want to hyperfixate on this, but like while we're on the subject, I feel like quite recently this guy would have been getting clowned on for being the type of huge pussy that I am, and now like this is the alpha.
Yeah, no, this is like what the. That's why I think it's like teenage boys that might be gay that are doing this, because it's like a very specific type that they consider to be like peak physical attractiveness. Because like, or maybe, yeah, someone said Korea influence. That makes sense too. Like there's a lot of like K-pop influence where there is definitely like a twink wave now, where we are in the twink timeline now, which sucks for me because like there was a good period of time when being burly was like seen as a good thing, but now we've like totally swung back in this direction, I think.
So somehow, as masculinity is getting aggressively more toxic, somehow being like a big tough guy, I guess, just fell by the wayside.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what even is, it's like the only understanding people have of masculinity anymore is just cruelty. Like that's all it is at this point. And it's like, that's why
putting someone down.
That's why.
What? I don't understand, because like I don't think guys like this are the ones who are making the edits. It's usually like dudes who would probably resemble like a closer look to a dude like this. And the reason why they're doing this edit is because they just like don't want to fucking hit the gym and like fix their hair and shit and look like this.
Is that fixed hair, dude? I guess I don't know what's hot anymore.
No, I'm saying that like this dude could just like easily fucking work out, you know, figure out what to do with his hair, all this shit, and then he could be like a happier, healthier person overall. You know what I mean? But instead, they just like turn their effort into they turn all of their effort into animosity and anger and resentment for what they don't have. Very strange stuff.
It's a lot more focusing on what, and it's not just what we don't have, it's what we feel robbed of, whether that's by the genetic lottery, whether that's by women and minorities. We're always the victims. Being a crybaby is the new version of being tough. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah. Don't worry, some of the kids are all right. What is this?
His name was Nguyen Shin Kung. He was born 75 years ago.
Yeah, this is my wave of Ho Chi Minh aura edits. Explainer video.
There's so much lore here, I don't even know where to start. So this guy, Cookie King, he's really popular on TikTok, especially in the Looksmaxxing community, because he just has unlimited potential. But imagine, you see someone...
What is that even? Like, everyone has unlimited potential, man. But I think they mean that, like, he's like this because they just think that he has, like, the good bone structure or something. Like, that's what they're saying. Again, it goes back to, like...
of this?
It goes back to genetic predetermination. It is genetic predeterminist. So they think like, oh, he has like the good skull to fucking be super hot.
Those good Sydney Sweeney genes.
Yeah, exactly.
Potential. But imagine you see someone with unlimited potential that you know could be the best looking person to ever walk this earth. But there's just a few things holding them back that they can change, but they refuse to do anything about it. That is basically Cookie King. He's been called things like a Lebanese mother of 73 or comfort zone final boss, because he just simply refuses to walk in and bring back Prime Cookie. And by the way, Prime Cookie King, he was a force to be reckoned with, and he wasn't even at his max potential. If you see any edits of Cookie King, he's right there in his prime in all of those edits. I'm telling you, if Cookie...
I don't get it. Like, this is a grown-ass man talking about children looking hot. Like, every part of this is strange to me.
Forgive me, I'm not too woke on the issue. So Cookie King is supposed to be the hot guy. Like everyone wants to be hot like the Cookie King.
Yeah, I think there's no. He's
Cookie.
saying like he has prime genetics. He's like he has like
It's
the
Looksmaxxed. It's Looksmaxxed 2012 Shane Dawson.
This is not wrong.
Prime
But
Cookie.
yeah,
And by the
they're saying like he could look super hot. He's the chosen one, but he just like gives it up. And
way, Prime Cookie,
does not
Prime
do
Cookie
it or
King, he was
something.
a force to be reckoned with, and he wasn't even at his max potential. If you see any edits of Cookie King, he's right there in his prime in all of those edits. I'm telling you, if Cookie King ever decides to lock in, which at this point is looking kind of unlikely, that man could mog any mogger that has ever walked the face of.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like they unironically used this terminology that I think initially was created like it was irony, right?
Yeah, Mog is a funny
Oh, I
thing to
fucking
say.
mogged you, dude.
Locked in is a funny thing to say when I take my Adderall.
Yeah.
Like,
But now it's like, now these guys are saying it unironically. Like there is sincerity to
Yes, sir.
every mog. You're a mogger. You got mogged. It's not satire. I mean, this guy might be like kind of satirical with what he's saying, but like people are not receiving
no,
it.
there's an enthusiasm and a hunger in those eyes. Real.
But yeah, this is the type of shit that's like rotting the brains of children online is what I mean. Here's a sadder BP edit. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Born to have Chinese, Korean features, forced to have Filipino genes. So like there is an element of like racial eugenics here involved in this as well. Where like we saw this originally in like the black pill subreddits and things like that, like red pill, black pill subreddits, where people would talk about like how, they're Indian, so they're just like cooked permanently.
I see
the-
that stuff. It's very
Yeah.
sad, especially since I think there's a type of bullying that we do to Indian people in this country that doesn't get talked about as much, but it's really, really cruel. And, I have to be honest and say that multiple Desi women have made me willing to risk it all. So I'm probably a little biased, but the way that we bully Indians in this country is fucking nuts. And I think it's a form of racism that doesn't get talked about as much as others.
I think it's like it's positively Canadian or British of us to do so, to do this kind of thing, and which is even worse than like regular kinds of racism. It's like a exported kind of racism that they have in the UK. What are we, a bunch of British people? What the fuck is going on here? We have our own version. That's what I think. There's that element of it too, which is why I even began talking about this thing. Where this guy, I mean, I guess there's like a couple of them. Like one of them is called Clavicular, and now he's like, he originally, here it is.
Marlon Moggs all of you? Yeah, but he's black.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
Have you seen his parents? They're white.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he's just really sad.
Wait, is that Connor Sinon next to him? I didn't even realize he was a part of this group here. But yeah, this is like what originally kickstarted this whole thing. He was like talking about one of these guys, like a phase adjacent guy. His name is Marlon. He's a very attractive dude. And he was reading the chat and someone said like Marlon Moggs all of you, and he said,
all of you? Yeah, but he's black.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
Have you seen his parents? They're white.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he's just really sad. Well, he does mog.
He Moggs us to oblivion.
Oh shit, I'm like shaking.
so that was like when people were like, what the like this is racist as hell. To just be like, oh no, a black person can't mog us or whatever.
Yeah, I do see. I don't know where I see a lot of these self-hate racial videos, but they have come up to me somewhere. Again, TikTok just is so one specific thing for me. But I see a lot of these, I am this race, and that's why I'll never be as attractive things. And again, it's the social media algorithms. Like these algorithms are programmed to get people consuming this type of content. And back to the first thing we started talking about, like COVID programmed everybody's brains to just be so addicted to this stuff. And the problem is the people who run these apps, like the whole narrative that tech people are some sort of woke and it's some sort of liberal thing is obviously such bullshit now. They all threw money at Trump, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to tell anybody that. But also they are promoting a form of fascism that just makes people fucking hate themselves.
Making people hate themselves is making them more susceptible to, making them more open-minded towards like some of the, like I said, the the eugenicist components of fascism to begin with. We're talking about like how much the algorithm makes men feel dejected, scared, insecure, and through that insecurity, they lead down like all these different pipelines and find a sense of purpose, a sense of community in some of the worst places that they possibly can. Some of them come to the hasanAbi broadcasts, okay? And then there are many others who find themselves in like discords and subreddits and things like that, and where they're telling them constantly like, you're nothing, you're worthless, you're shit, you're never going to make something of yourself.